Hello folks, my name is Rich Keener. I'm the Village Manager for the Village of Villa Park. And today's one of my segments where I'll be talking about the upcoming board meeting. So today's segment we'll be covering the Monday, February 24th board meeting. And as I sometimes mention, it starts at 7 o'clock. It'll be here at the Village Hall at 20 South Ardmore. So let's start. So on Monday, February 24th, the agenda is as follows. Number 1 is the call to order. It's the roll call. Number 2 is the Pledge of Allegiance. Number 3 is public comments on agenda items. And folks, that's the appropriate time for anyone in the audience to come to the podium, be recognized by the village president, and comment on items that are on the formal agenda that evening. Number 4 for Monday night is the amendments to the agenda. And folks, that's the appropriate time for the president or board of trustees to change or modify the formal agenda for that evening. Number 5, we have a presentation, which is the Community Pride Commission's Holiday Decorating Awards. So number 6, moving on, is our consent agenda. We have a couple items. We have 6A. We have minutes from the board meeting held on February 10th, 2020. We have 6B, which is the bill listing for the weeks of February 10 and February 17, 2020, in the total amount of $841,300.94. So moving on to number 7, which is our first reading on ordinances to be codified. So we have 7A, which is a first reading of an ordinance of the Village of Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending the Villa Park Municipal Code related to utility billing. So, folks, the proposal is as follows. On January 13, 2020, the Village Board approved changes to the utility billing process, which includes absorbing credit card processing fees to be funded by a change in the monthly administration charge on utility accounts. The proposed ordinance increases the monthly administrative fee from $1.50 to $2 per month, which is necessary to help pay for the credit card processing fees. The $1.50 fee was established in July of 2006. Also, the proposed ordinance addresses service charges for delinquent utility accounts. Each month, some utility accounts become delinquent, resulting in the need to terminate service until certain fees are paid. Delinquent accounts are currently charged a $100 fee when the utility service is reinstated during normal business hours. That charge increases to $150, which is a $100 reinstatement fee plus $50 after-hours charge after business hours. On many occasions, when staff arrives at the home and is in the process of terminating the utility service, many homeowners argue with staff about the $100 and $150 fee, which can be distressing. The proposed ordinance changes the $100 reinstatement fee into a $100 delinquent fee that is assigned on the very day which the utility service is going to be terminated, whether or not the utility service is actually terminated. The after-hours reinstatement fee to restore utility service would increase from $150, which is the current cost, to $200, which is broken out by a $100 delinquent fee plus a $100 after-hours charge. Staff believes that the delinquent fee is appropriate due to the amount of effort involved in verifying payment or non-payment and extensive follow-up prior to the day of service termination. The increase in the after-hours rate is based upon actual cost to call back an employee at the overtime rate for the required minimum of 2 hours plus equipment costs. So folks, we have two different things happening with this proposal. The first item is that the village is going to increase the $1.50 a month administrative charge for utility accounts. That'll go from $1.50 to $2. However, the village, after this goes into effect, will no longer be charging service fees if you use a credit card or a debit card. So those fees will be waived, and then the $1.50 will be $2, but you'll be able to use your credit card and not have any service fees or your debit card as well. The second part of this item for Monday night is that the $100 reinstatement fee, if your water is shut off, will turn into a delinquent fee, because there takes a tremendous amount of staff follow-up prior to the termination of that water service by going out and taking the Buffalo box and turning the water off. So there's a tremendous amount of staff follow-up in the finance department well before staff goes into the driveway or in the sidewalk there near the home to shut the water off. So the fees will be changed from a $100 reinstatement fee to a $100 delinquent fee, and then the after-hours charge to turn the water back on will be increased by $50, so it'll be a total of a $200 fee for the after-hours charge. But if it's done during normal business hours, it'll still be the $100 delinquent fee because of all the work that's already gone into that. So folks, moving on to 7B is a first reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, increasing the number of Class Quad E restaurant unrestricted liquor licenses. So folks, the background on this item is that Super Taco Mariano's Incorporated, number 3, located at 100 East Roosevelt Road, has been in operation as a restaurant and would like to be able to sell alcoholic liquor to customers. This ordinance will create a Class Quad E restaurant unrestricted license for consumption on the premises and sale of alcoholic liquor to patrons seated at tables or at a bar in the restaurant. If approved, this will bring the total number of Class Quad E licenses to 1. And folks, Super Tacos is located at 100 East Roosevelt Road. It's already open and in business, just wants to sell alcohol to its patrons. And of course, this Quad E is for the sale of alcohol to patrons sitting at tables and at the bar, and the Quad E does not allow gaming. So moving on to 7C for Monday night, February 24th, is the first reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending Chapter 7 of the Village Code by adopting by reference certain building, residential, property maintenance, electrical, mechanical, fuel gas, energy, and fire prevention codes. Folks, the background on this item is that the village last adopted updated building codes in 2011. In order to keep pace with building technologies and methods, the adoption of a new set of building and fire codes is recommended. New codes will include additional requirements for solar panel installations and car charging stations. In addition, this ordinance includes a major upgrade to the village's electric codes. So folks, we haven't updated our building codes, fire codes, since 2011, and this is going to be a major update to those codes and the electric code for the village as well. So if you have some time, please tune in to the board meeting, even if you tune in via YouTube, our platform there, or come in person and kind of listen to the discussion that'll be happening for these codes. And then there'll be, with the codes, there'll be fee increases also. So staff has already conducted a survey of surrounding communities on certain aspect of our codes, whether it's a replacement of a furnace, air conditioning, replacement of a bathroom. So the codes will be adjusted as well, and fees as well. So moving on to number 8, which is our resolution section of our agenda. We have 8A. We have resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a contract with BME Electric, Inc. of Bridgeview, Illinois for construction of the South Cornell Pumping Station Emergency Generator Replacement Project in an amount not to exceed $157,972.50. Folks, the background on this item is that the current emergency power system was installed in the early 1980s and has required more frequent maintenance, and replacement parts are becoming harder to find. The replacement of the emergency power system for the South Cornell water pumping station is being proposed. The project was formally opened for bid on February 6, 2020. 2 contractors submitted bids, and the apparent low bid was submitted by BME Electric, Inc. of Bridgeview, Illinois. A contract with BME Electric, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $157,972.50 is recommended. So folks, this item is the replacement of the emergency generator at the South Cornell pumping station, so in the amount of $157,972.50. So moving on to 8B for Monday night is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving an engineering services agreement with Christopher B. Burke Engineering, Ltd. of Rosemont, Illinois, for Phase 2 design engineering of the Harvard Avenue Improvement Project from Jefferson Park to Ridge Road in an amount not to exceed $102,400. So folks, the background on this item is that engineering design of the Harvard Avenue Improvement Project, which is Jefferson Park to Ridge, is proposed. Christopher B. Burke Engineering, Ltd. has submitted a proposal to the village to provide design engineering services for the Harvard Avenue Improvement Project in an amount not to exceed $102,400. Funding would be taken from Street Improvement Fund, which is a referendum account number 650203292, Water Supply Fund account number 8250202292, and Wastewater Fund account number 8350202292. So folks, if you remember some time ago, the village was awarded a CDGB grant in the amount of $400,000. And this Harvard project must be completed this year in 2020. So we're moving ahead very quickly on this particular project, which is the Harvard Avenue Improvement Project. So this will be from Jefferson Park to Ridge Road, replacing the water main, doing wastewater improvements, and then doing road improvements too. So very exciting. So moving on to 8C for Monday night, February 24th, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a complete streets policy. So folks, the background on this item is that the village recognizes the importance of a high-functioning and safe transportation network, integrating vehicular, pedestrian, bicycle, transit, and rail traffic. All users on the network should have accessible, efficient, and convenient modes to navigate the village. The adoption of a complete streets policy will direct staff on the development of design standards that are tailored to provide measurable safety benefits to our non-vehicular users while still accommodating vehicular users. So folks, we do not have an adopted complete streets policy, and that's what we'll be talking about Monday night, is adopting a policy. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the bike and pedestrian plan that we've already adopted by the village board. And this complete streets policy takes a look at all the users. So it could be rail users, it could be walkers, it could be runners, it could be bikers, it could be transit. It takes a look at all the users of our area. And then on the complete streets, it could be adding wayfinding signs so folks can find their way when they're running, biking, walking, transit, finding the metro station. It could be flashing beacons at certain intersections. It could be separated areas for pedestrians. So it's when we develop roadway construction projects, we're looking at the complete streets policy to see how we can improve not only the vehicular traffic, but also efficient modes of travel for walkers, bicyclists, any folks of that nature, including rail and folks using the Metra Transit as well and PACE as well. So moving on to 8D for Monday night is the resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a services agreement with Red Speed Illinois LLC. So folks, the background on this particular item is that Village Code provides that an automated traffic law enforcement system shall be used to issue traffic citations against motorists who violate Village Code by disregarding traffic control devices or turning on red where prohibited. The village initiated an agreement with Red Speed Illinois LLC in July of 2008 in order to facilitate the use of a red light photo enforcement system. The agreement is expiring and a renewed agreement is proposed in order to enforce the village's ordinances and provide for the safety of the residents and visitors to Villa Park. So folks, the proposal is a 5-year agreement between the village and Red Speed. And our data shows that there's a reduction of vehicle crashes at these intersections where the red light cameras are. And through the cameras, we also have the ability to take a look at the condition of the intersection during storm events. So do we need to put down more salt? Do we need to plow? How much rain is actually coming down at that intersection? And so it's very important to use the cameras that way also. And then we don't often talk about this, but sometimes we use the cameras to help solve crimes. So if we have a crime happen in Villa Park, we may use these cameras to see if the offenders traveled through these intersections, or we may assist other communities around us by seeing where their offenders went through. Did they go down 83? Did they come across Roosevelt? Did they come across North Avenue? And we try to help them solve their crimes as well. So the cameras not only help to reduce crashes at these intersections, but they also help us with storm events and to solve crimes. So moving on the formal agenda for Monday night, February 24th, we have number 9, which is public comments on non-agenda items. And folks, that's the appropriate time for anyone in the audience to come to the podium, be recognized by the village president, and comment on items that are not on the formal agenda for that night. Number 10 is the village clerk's report. Number 11 would be the village trustees' report. Number 12 would be the village president's report. Number 13 would be my report, the village manager's report. Number 14 is adjournment, so we're not going to have an executive closed session. And so, folks, then our next meeting after Monday night would be Monday, March 9th, 2020. So, folks, if you have some time, please tune in. Still, you can tune in via our cable channels, or you can tune in via a live stream on the village's YouTube channel as well. I call it a channel, but it's really a YouTube social media platform. You can tell I'm really a techie. So you can do that as well, or you can come in person to maybe join the discussion or just sit and listen and enjoy the atmosphere. So again, my name is Rich Keener. It's my honor to be the village manager for the Village of Villa Park. Take care and hope to see you soon.